Eala set to open 2026 campaign in Australia and New Zealand. Alexandra Eala will begin her 2026 WTA season in the Australia, New Zealand swing, marking another chapter in her rise on the professional tour. Currently ranked WTA number 53, Eala is set to open her season on January 5th at the ASB Classic in Auckland, New Zealand, a WTA 250 tournament. Several familiar names appear on the ASB Classic entry list, including Varvara Gracheva of France, Lulu Sun of New Zealand, Janice Jan of Indonesia, and Punna Advati of Hungary, players Eala has already faced in previous competitions. Following her stint in Auckland, Eala will travel to Melbourne, Australia, to compete in the Kuang Classic, an exhibition event held annually in the lead-up to the Australian Open. Joining Eala in the women's field are former world number 5 Daniela Hantuchova, WTA number 69 Dana Vekic, and world number 98 Priscilla Hahn. Eala will then shift her focus to the season's first Grand Slam, the 2026 Australian Open, which runs from January 18th to February 1st. The tournament will serve as a major test for the young Filipina as she continues to build momentum from her historic WTA tour last year. When Alexandra Eala steps onto the courts in Auckland and Melbourne to begin her 2026 campaign, it will be more than a return to competition. It will be a declaration of growth, resilience, ambition, and a dream that transcends continents and generations. The sun will rise early over New Zealand's ASB Classic in Auckland, where Eala will kick off her season at the WTA 250 tournament from January 5th to 11th. This event, a vibrant prelude to the Grand Slam season, offers a proving ground, a place to sharpen instincts, test tactics, and measure herself against an elite field of competitors from around the world. Wikipedia. For Eala, being part of this international stage is both affirmation and opportunity. At just 20 years old, she has already etched her name into the record books, a first for Filipino tennis, and now stands among the top-ranked players who are defining the sport's present and future. Entering Auckland at a world ranking inside the top 60, she arrives with confidence built from a breakthrough 2025 season that included WTA title success, deep runs at WTA events, and a historic milestone at the US Open. MYTV.ph+1. New Zealand, a challenging warm-up. In the crisp summer air of Auckland, the hard courts of the ASB Classic will witness a melting pot of established names and ambitious rising stars. Eala's presence here is symbolic. Not only is she preparing for the season's first major, but she is also embracing the challenge of forging success away from home, surrounded by unfamiliar opponents and acutely watched by fans back in the Philippines. Auckland is not just about winning matches, it's about rhythm. It's about finding that delicate balance between aggression and composure, understanding when to push and when to reset, and building the kind of consistency that makes champions. The competition will be steep, with seasoned players and seasoned baseline warriors all eyeing a perfect start. But for Eala, this is the arena where she sharpens her arsenal ahead of larger battles. Wikipedia. Here, her game, a blend of power, precision, and poise, will be tested. Her serves will fly. Her forehands will paint lines, and her footwork will demand attention. But so too will the weight of expectation, not as a burden, but as fuel. Australia via Kuang, a prelude to Grand Slam glory. After New Zealand's concluding rallies, Eala will head to Melbourne for the Kuang Classic from January 13th to 15th. Though not part of the official tour, Kuang's storied lawns offer a prestigious opportunity to compete with seasoned champions and legends alike. DZRH News. Imagine the setting, a sun-soaked afternoon, skilled players exchanging blistering ground strokes, crowds leaning in with anticipation, and Eala moving fluidly, because tennis is, for her, both ritual and celebration. Here, she will test her mettle in high-intensity exhibition matches that bridge the gap between warm-ups and the season's largest prize, the Australian Open. Kuang serves as a mirror, not of results, but readiness. What aspects of her game will respond best? How will she handle pressure when the line calls tighten and the opponent's shots escalate in pace? These are the questions Kuang will help answer. And for Eala, every return will be an opportunity to affirm her readiness for the years ahead. The Australian Open, a dream's next chapter. All of these matches, Auckland and Kuang, are preludes to a moment Alex has long awaited, her first main draw appearance at the Australian Open, beginning in mid-January. Unlike previous years, where she battled through qualifiers or accepted wildcard entries, Eala will enter the main draw directly, a testament to her rise in the WTA rankings and consistent performances across the tour. PhilStar.com. This milestone carries layers of meaning. The Australian Open is not simply a tennis tournament. It is a stage measured by history and heart. Legends have become icons here. Records have been rewritten under the lights of Melbourne Park. And for Eala, walking onto those courts will be both validation and invitation. Validation of years of relentless work, and an invitation to step into the elite echelon of women's tennis without apology. Her past experiences here, including junior success and earlier attempts at main draw breakthroughs, have set the foundation. They remind us that progression in tennis is not linear. There are setbacks, lessons, rebounds, and triumphs. Her journey to this point has been punctuated by remarkable achievements, memorable victories, impressive title runs at WTA 125 events, and a historic win at the U.S. Open that marked her as the first Filipina to prevail in a Grand Slam main draw. PhilStar.com+1. Now she steps into the vast, electric environment of a Grand Slam with purpose. Beyond the court, a story of identity and inspiration. Alex Eala's season build-up is not just about scores or rankings. It's about identity, what it means to carry a nation's hopes while shaping her own legacy. In the Philippines, she represents more than a tennis player. She embodies possibility. Young athletes and fans see in her an affirmation that belief must be coupled with discipline, that excellence can stem from anywhere with resolve, and that dreams, even those once thought distant, are reachable. Her training over the holidays was intense, reflective of her mindset. Celebrate the past, prepare for the present, but always strive toward the future. The grind is real, the stakes high, and the world watches with anticipation. PhilStar.com. What makes moments like these so compelling is not only the athleticism, but also the narrative, the inner monologue of an athlete aware of both personal ambition and the larger story she represents. It's the whispers of possibility before each serve. It's the patience in each rally. It's the quiet confidence that growth happens not in certainty, but in challenge. A victory for tennis, a victory for home.